Oh man, that was pretty fun. What do you guys say we practice some concealed carry to off-body primary? Yeah, let's practice those transitions today. Welcome back everybody, Clint here today, excited to be bringing you our next episode in the AR-15 series. And this time we're going to be focusing on the AR pistol and transitioning to the AR pistol from your concealed carry. I know, it's kind of weird, right? Transitioning from your concealed carry to your off-body primary, not something you would typically see. Is it all that practical? We'll talk about different applications and maybe where it is practical, and also why it's just awesome that you have these capabilities available to you at hand here in this great nation. So why not practice and train with it and become actually more of an asset to society, just in case something were to ever happen, you know? If you've been listening to the Sean Ryan Show like I have, then maybe you want to get trained up and, you know, practice these types of things. All right, so continuing on, what am I working with today? I have right here my Bull Armory SAS2 ultralight pistol. This is a double stack 9mm 1911. All right, again, not a 2011. I talked about that in my review of the SAS2 TAC. So rolling into the ultralight, I recently did the initial review. I said I'll be coming out with a 1,000-round review for this gun, so stay tuned for that, all right? TLR7X Streamlight Light. I thought I was gonna throw a TLR7A on it, found out there's a new one with the TLR7X. I figured I'd do a comparison between the A and the X and what's really that much different. Nothing as far as I can tell, except this one's like rechargeable or something. I don't know, it's still a good light. I think it has like 10 more lumen. Whatever. Okay, cool. Also, you'll notice I have it in my Alpha Mega Kydex Cryphos Tuxedo holster. I'm not gonna undo all that right now because it's kind of a pain in the ass, because metal clips and it's in there nice and snug, okay? Yeah, I am. I can probably do it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. There's the whole package right there. And like I said, maybe one day I'll throw a red dot on it, but I kind of like where it's at right now. All right, cool. So that's what I am running for today's concealed carry. I already saw a comment, you know, is this going to replace my SIG AXG Legion 365? And it's definitely in the rotation. The more and more I shoot it, the more and more I'll let you know. I probably will do that comparison video, so just stay tuned for that, all right? Cool. Now, the primary firearm that I'm going to be transitioning to from the concealed carry, and yes, I'm going to be doing this, as you guys saw just a couple moments ago, out of the vehicle, in the vehicle, and then, of course, just off-body walking around, right? The firearm I'm going to be transitioning to, that is nicely stowed in my GoRuck GR1. Big fan of those guys, because this bag is freaking awesome. It's been all over the world with me, with the Marines, and I just absolutely love it. Okay, and so I throw it on the ground. So this is a FoldAR upper on a ADM pistol lower, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and just, well, show you guys how that works really quick. Boom. Now I'm ready to rock and roll. Can't get much simpler than that, right? So, with that, why did I decide to go with something like this? First of all, I love the idea of having suppressor capabilities on a package that folds to be as small as you saw it, and it fits in my smaller framed GR1 backpack. that just is really nice and discreet. I don't want to go with something completely overt, camouflage, all that type of tactical stuff, even though this bag doesn't exactly scream tactical, but doesn't scream civilian either, right? Molly webbing, American flag, you know, whatever. But also these are really popular bags. I see them all over the airport and stuff when I travel, so what are you gonna do? The reason I like this though is, like I said, having suppressed capabilities, and I've been able to pretty much transition from its folded status into its unfolded and in battery status in seconds. And now I have the capabilities of the 300 blackout shorty that you see right here over my 9mm. Before we roll into this video any further though, I want to give a big shout out to my friends over at Monadnock Firearms. Without them, this would pretty much be impossible to do. So thank you guys so much for your support. And of course, because we like pistol braces, even though pistol braces definitely have a place in this market, especially for the wounded veterans and individuals out there that might be handicapped that need a little bit more of an assistance to exercise their Second Amendment right with America's rifle, right? Totally get that. However, pistol braces should not be an excuse or a loophole for a stock, right? Which they are not at the end of the day. So therefore, I like and I love and I have joined organizations like Gun Owners of America who are actually fighting to remove short-barreled rifles from the NFA, to remove silencers from the National Firearms Act, actually just to repeal the National Firearms Act in its entirety, also get us national constitutional carry. These are the types of things that are actually actions to restore the Second Amendment, and Gun Owners of America is doing that. So become a member today. I've already talked a little bit about the firearms I'll be using. Again, ADM lower, FoldAR upper, and 300 blackout barrel assembly, Huxworks Flow 762, EOTech EXPS3, and some Magpul backup irons just because it looked kind of naked without anything on it and I wanted to throw something on there. This brace, by the way, if you are in the pistol brace market, this brace, money. This is where it's at. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like I said at the beginning of this video, when will something like this become practical? When will I need to transition to from my sidearm, from my concealed carry to more of a primary weapon system? Well, FoldAR has a beautiful mission, and this is why I support this company. And they want to arm all of the school resource officers with pretty much this. This would allow them to have the capabilities to counter a threat that might have greater capabilities than what their 9mm pistol that most of them have on their hip can provide. Now, in a matter of seconds after they get to cover, after they neutralize whatever threat might be there, if there's a greater threat, an additional threat, whatever it might be, once they're under cover and that's what their sidearm gets them to, now they can transition to something a little bit more capable. And depending on what cartridge you want as well, no matter what it is, it's probably going to be more capable than the 9mm cartridge, which again isn't bad, especially for a sidearm or for concealed carry. But if I have the choice to go 5.56 or 300 blackout, especially in close quarters, then 300 blackout, it's probably where I'm going to want to run to, okay? Okay, so FoldAR, absolutely love the company. Mel and Corby over there, great guys, and gal. love them both, and I definitely would recommend checking them out and supporting their company and their overall mission there. They've teamed up with Victor Marks, who's a great guy as well. So just check them out, all right? So I love the idea of being able to have, again, this same type of package, neatly stowed in a backpack, which can also have first aid, whatever else you want in it, just like this. And you'll notice I have mine free floating in there. I don't have Velcro straps or anything else that I need to break free to get to my firearm, right? Done. This is a whole lot less threatening looking, but you know at the end of the day, these resource officers, you as an individual backpacking through the woods, and you don't want to just have a firearm or a rifle just like slung over your shoulder, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter. If you want to have capability from your sidearm, from your concealed carry to a primary weapon system that just overall is better, then there you go. You can do that. All right? Something just whistled at me. Did you guys hear that? I got guns and shit. All right, I don't know what that was. So what do you guys say we go ahead and roll into a drill or two? Let's just start by walking. Hey everybody, before we continue on with this video, I just wanted to let you know about a new social media platform that actually promotes the Second Amendment and is all about firearms content, and that is Trigger Hill. I was happy to join up Trigger Hill as soon as they launched, and I've got plenty of friends over there also that are uploading daily content, and I got to tell you guys, it's a pretty cool application, and they are all about, like I said, promoting firearms content, and of course seeing a lot of cool new things. Also, one of my favorite things is the marketplace. Yes, a marketplace for guys and gals like you and me that, you know, want to find our next investment piece. Check out Trigger Hill today. I know you guys will not be disappointed in this new social media platform, and invite those that might not be so gun friendly to check it out. They'll see a side of firearms content creators that I think might be missing out on those heavily censored social media platforms that exist today. Join Trigger Hill. Let's get back to this video. Now, obviously, before I transition to my primary, I want to make sure that I'm in cover, or at least in a safe space, because I don't want to be out in the open. In cover. And hopefully the threat is down. So at the end of it all, what I want to make sure I'm doing is going from my concealed carry to this firearm to my primary when I'm safe. When do you know that you're safe? Well, that's when it gets a little tricky. Behind actual cover, not just concealment. What does that mean? Typically, I don't want to be, if it's behind a vehicle, I don't want to be somewhere down here where they can see my feet. I usually want to look for the engine block or the wheel well. And if you're towards the back of the car, obviously the rear wheel well. That's where you're going to have the most protection, at least you hope. Vehicles are not bulletproof. Some of them are, which is pretty cool. But this one in particular, my beloved 4Runner, it's got some flaws, like not being up armored, you all right? It's like the only flaw. But I just want to make sure that I'm somewhere safe. Additionally, the other downside to transitioning to an off-body primary like that is I have to holster my concealed carry or my sidearm. When I do that, I'm praying that nobody's running up on me, and so you need to keep situational awareness 100% the entire time. Looking, observing, making sure again that you're in cover and that you're getting this deployed as efficiently and quickly as possible. Now, if all else fails, and you need to exit your vehicle, which most likely is probably not a great recommendation, and you actually need to start putting rounds at targets downrange, then having your firearm that you already are carrying out and ready to go, primary, that's definitely something you want to do. I'm not going to wait to exit my vehicle and then draw my concealed carry. That's not, or my sidearm, whatever you want it to be in case you're law enforcement, whatever else. I am not going to wait. I'm already going to have this gun out ready to go. That's all there is, scanning for whatever type of threat or whatever else like this. So I'm assuming my vehicle's disabled, it's getting overrun, I've got baddies downrange, whatever it might be, guys. It doesn't matter. This is all for educational purposes. Hey, we're having fun at the range and getting a little cardio in and making sure my stuff's sighted in and getting up to that 1,000 round count of my Bull Armory Ultralight for that 1,000 round review, all right? So with all that, I'm out and I'm scanning for whatever type of threat there may be. Hopefully they're on that side of the vehicle, so that way I've got cover, like I was saying before, and a little bit of concealment. So, or I should say I've got concealment and a little bit of cover. So that way I'm not just immediately taking rounds and then I'm looking to go one way or the other to try to find cover. So hopefully my threats are on that side. I've oriented my vehicle in that manner or whatever else it is. And then up to you if you want to go ahead and start maneuvering in and around. I typically like to go ahead and try to get my door shut as soon as possible. I know it slips the mind, especially if I'm thinking about just throw lead, but I like to do that so that way, if I do start moving up and down the vehicle and I have to shut the door because I'm coming around like that, I'm not giving away that I'm now at the driver's side door if they can't see my feet or whatever else it is. So trying to minimize as much movement as possible. To me, I think that's kind of a big deal. All right, great. Let's go ahead and load up in the car. I'll stage everything back up again. Again, I'm just gonna fold up my FoldAR here in my Go Ruck and toss it in the back seat. So first things first,
how I like to carry in the car. Seatbelt over the holster. I used to go behind the gun, if that's showing up all right for you guys. But then that ultimately causes the seatbelt to kind of ride in a weird spot, and then it also just leaves room for error when trying to get to the gun. So I like to have the seatbelt over the gun, over the holster, inside the waistband, and this is it. So the moment that that thread is called, I'm out and I am here. I can go ahead and remove the seatbelt and then exit the vehicle and then start scanning for that threat, whatever it might be. Start sending rounds, doesn't matter. From here, again, going back, I'm not worried about covering this up at this point, so that's that. Insert here. If it, again, situation will dictate just about everything, guys, but if I want to go ahead and just start getting the gun out from here, I can. The only reason I don't like this is because my feet, all this right here is a great avenue, a perfect highway for a projectile, glass, and everything else to come right at me. So I like the idea of getting the bag out and then getting behind that wheel well that I mentioned before, and then start transitioning and start getting this guy in action. All right. And you guys can see that, how to do that there with the FoldAR. You just have this little lever mechanism. Now from here, I can chamber and I can start shooting. That's all there is to it. How freaking cool is that, right? So let's go ahead and roll it all together in one smooth take. How about it? I'm just driving along. What's that over there? Shit, it looks like a bad guy. Up, coming out here. All right, those two are down. Looking for others. Area is safe at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and reholster. Take this guy out. Don't know if there's more around. Okay, I'm up, scanning for threats. Here. Those guys I took down. Oh, one's still reaching for a gun. Okay. Feeling a little bit better now. Good measure, that's all. So, in my mind, another good application here is, well, security. Once things are kind of safe, all right, well, just in case things want to get sketchy again, I'm going to go ahead and just transition to this. So I just have, again, a little bit more capability over my pistol. That's all there is to it, all right? So now I've got this guy looking around, feeling safe. That's all there is to it, all right? All right, I'll leave it off there, guys. And if you like also the jacket, the hoodie, the beanie, all of this you can find at magdumpmerch.store. And don't forget to tune in on my live streams as well, where we'll do some more, you know, blast my blasters, rate my rifle, whatever you want it, live. That's always a good time, okay? Don't forget, check out my friends over at Monadnock Firearms. Sign up to be a member today at Gun Owners of America. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Carry a gun with one in the chamber as you're supposed to. And if you're carrying a hammer fired, one in the chamber, safety on, hammer back. Don't be a bitch. See you guys.